Hi, I'm Joe Kurtenbach with American Rifleman, and this week we're looking at the Taurus Millennium G2, a semi-automatic handgun designed for concealed carry. Taurus is a firearms manufacturer that's hit a few home runs, the Judge for example, but it's also had its fair share of strikeouts. With all these highs and lows, it can be easy to forget that they've got a good catalog of some utilitarian firearms doing good service every day. One of those is the Millennium G2. Now this is a purpose-built concealed carry firearm. It's a 9mm, so it's a great concealed carry load, and there's a lot of options in defensive rounds right now. And as well, they've gone to great lengths to give this gun features and contours that make it suited for everyday concealed carry. Starting at the front, we can see that the slide is beveled both at the front and at the back. This is going to be great for reholstering and just for that kind of snag-free design. As well, we've got a fixed front sight and a fully adjustable rear, which is kind of a nice feature on a small handgun. Looking at the polymer frame, there's another feature that's not always seen in the smaller of the semi-automatics, and that is an accessory rail. Now, it's only a one-notch rail here, but still, for a small lighter laser, it's a great feature to have. Moving further back on the frame, we've got good texturing here. Again, we've got a nice contour. It's both ergonomic and kind of a snag-free design. The gun is fed by a 12-round detachable box magazine. Again, this one's 9mm. Controls for the gun, we've actually got a couple of safety features. We've got a manual thumb safety on the left side of the gun. As well, we've got the Taurus security system, which is basically a key lock system here at the rear of the slide. Using the key, you can actually lock the trigger and the sear so it can't be fired, and just turning it again unlocks it. Trigger on this gun is actually pretty interesting. It's actually a single action, double action design. So when the slide is cocked and the trigger is pulled, obviously the striker is cocked as well and will go off. But if, for example, you have a misfire on one of your rounds, pulling the trigger again initiates a double action pull. This is a really nice design, especially for a defensive-minded handgun. Disassembly is kind of in that standard Glock fashion, retracting the slide a little bit to the rear and engaging the takedown levers, one on each side. Then you can pull the trigger and release the slide forward. Make sure the firearm is clear before you disassemble, obviously. Inside we see a dual recoil spring, dual captured recoil spring, and the small barrel that we would expect to see on a compact handgun. This one's just over 3 inches. While we have it broken open, it's interesting to note that inside the frame there are actually 4 kind of winged rails. These are steel rails. That's what the slide rides on. And rather than full-length guide rails, we actually just get these kind of 4 wings, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Another nice feature to have, especially on a defensive firearm, is the loaded chamber indicator. Especially on a gun that could be carried every day, could be stored, could be locked, basically one we're going to count on when the chips are down. It's good to have that loaded chamber indicator. Basically, it's just a flag on top of the slide that when there is a round in the chamber, the flag is raised, indicating that the gun is loaded. Just a nice visual indication of the status of the firearm. Overall, the Taurus Millennium G2 is a great concealed carry firearm. From its ergonomic design and the contours to the capacity, sights, safety features. This is really a defensive-minded firearm for armed citizens to carry every day. For more on the Millennium G2, go to taurususa.com.